Hi, to McClone Brothers. Hope everyone's doing well. In this video, I wanted to delve into the spending bills. I was talking to some friends yesterday and we were just breaking down the numbers, and it's absolutely insane when you get into the weeds and look at the micro aspects of this. So let's break this down when the whole coronavirus started and delve into the bullet points. Phase one was $8.3 billion bill for vaccine research and development. Right out of the gate, vaccine research and development. That's interesting. Phase two, $104 billion paid emergency sick leave for some workers, as well as boosting state unemployment insurance and food assistance. That's $104 billion. Then phase three, the big one, $2.2 trillion bill. $2.2 trillion. So that's 10 times phase one and phase two. It's ridiculous. So the CARES Act, $2.2 trillion, that's federal direct financing of companies. The federal government is financing companies. That's not good, in my opinion. That's not good. You know, the government is spending so much money, we can't afford it. We're just printing. We're a printing press. That's why I believe in performing assets like real estate. You know, you look at real estate, you look at the stock market, it's like water. Real estates are like boulders. Hard assets, you can feel them, you can touch them. And that's why I love real estate. So we're just printing money here, put it into the market. When you break down the $2.2 trillion bill, and I just want to break it down a little bit because both sides are playing politics with this, and there's a lot of pork in the $2 trillion bill. So, you know, take advantage of the public during a panic. So let's look at this. NASA gets $60 million. $60 million goes to NASA. You know, I'm just wondering, is the virus infected the sun's corona? You know, what's going on? $60 million to NASA. What does that have to do with the coronavirus? National Archives gets $8 million. $8 million to the National Archives. You know, what are they going to do? Put the virus on display? You know, Energy Department gets $99 million. $99 million to the Energy Department in science. You know, maybe they're going to learn how the virus responds to a nuclear reactor. What does that have to do with the coronavirus? So that's just outright pork. Forest Services gets $3 million. The Forest Services. Rangeland Research gets $27 million. Capital improvements and maintenance. $7 million wildfire management. $75 million National Foundation of the Arts. Wow, $75 million to the National Foundation of the Arts. What are we going to draw pictures of the coronavirus? $25 million to the Kennedy Center. We all heard about that one. And this is interesting, an odd $78,000 payment to the Institute of American Indian and Alaska Native Culture and Arts Department. That's really micro. A water project in central Utah gets $500,000. So, bottom line is, and there's a few more, appropriators can sneak a lot into an 880-page bill. You know, we owe more money than the country produces. Right now on the little ticker, we're almost at $24 trillion. We have 155 million tax-paying citizens out of 330 million people. 320, 30 million. So every taxpayer, if we paid off the debt, would be responsible for roughly $799,000. We're on the path to bankruptcy. So, I mean, it's a crisis right now. Both parties are playing politics, and they're going to use a crisis, a panic, to get what they want in this bill. You know, if you break down this bill going forward, they're looking at phase 4, phase 5. We're looking at a total of 5 to 5.5 trillion, possible infrastructure, payroll, tax deduction, other things, more pork. But just to put this in perspective, if we go forward with some more bills, which looks like we're going to have to, they're going to do more for small business, another $250 billion. Just to break it down, when you look at our precedent in the history of this country, that's more than 5 times spent on the entire New Deal in the 1930s during the Depression. Just under 3 times the total cost of TARP and the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, ARR. combined under the Bush-Obama administration that pulled us out of the 2008 recession. Another $5 trillion would be more than 20% of the total national debt, which is just under 24 trillion right now. This approach will see deficits swell and the debt will grow in the near term. So, bottom line is, politicians are trying to use this crisis, this national emergency, to enact their favorite policies while avoiding paying for them. So I just wanted to share that with you, to kind of put things in perspective where we're going. You know, we're trying to buy our way out of this. It's a little different than 208. They're doing some unique things that give me less heartburn, but we are printing money. It's not necessarily a full stimulus package. And it's just kind of very interesting Twilight Zone times right now. And I hope that, I'm hopeful, optimistic. I'm an optimist that we can persevere through this. There'll be some gains in the market in the short term. As an investor, I see this as an opportunity zone for investing in multi-unit single-family properties, especially multi-unit. But you know, we're in the possible cusp of 20 to 30 million Americans unemployment, and it's definitely gonna be 15% or higher, and that is I just can't wrap my head around it. So I pray for this country. We'll persevere through it. I know we will. Have a great weekend. Take care.